Hello YouTube, welcome to another unboxing. Today I've got this massive box right here. I basically paid a bit of chunk of change for it off of eBay. I don't generally buy off eBay nowadays. I'm always more of a person that would rather buy job lots off from people's attics, from collectors, from dealers. It's so much more simple. Nowadays with eBay, prices are literally going through the roof and it's hard to find any sort of bargaining at all. I'm not really a fan of paying up for these big things actually, because usually I pay roughly around about a third of their price. When it comes to Action Man, because I like Action Man so much, it can go up to 50% of the price. The reason why is because with these sort of things, you've got to take into account that if I'm reselling, I resell for profit. But more importantly, I kind of don't want to inflate the market really, because the prices nowadays are just ridiculous. A standard figure is going for £30 when it used to go for £20. I remember buying figures that had a broken hand, maybe a fracture on the leg or a split on the arm, and they were going for £12. Nowadays it's ridiculous how much they go for. So I would usually not want to have to sell everything, but sometimes I need to justify buying this. Most of the stuff in this package I already own myself, but hopefully I can spread it around and share it with other collectors if they want to purchase it off me. I'm not going to try and put the prices too high because I'm not going to be like that. But yeah, let's see what I got. Right, well that took a bit of time to unbox. There was a lot of stuff in there. So first thing I've got, which is right on top of the box, is this fantastic Field Commander and radio pack. So if you were a child of the 70s, this is probably your number one item you want to track down. It is the Field Commander and the radio set. Let's have a look what's inside. So it is missing its stars. That's typical with these sort of things. Right, what do we have in here? So first off, we have this orange jumpsuit. It looks like it's possibly homemade. It's got really poor stitching, no label, and its buttons are missing. It looks like it might be a bit too tight for Action Man, but unfortunately that's worth nothing. I'll put it in a bag or something. Then we've got some homemade, these are like a green homemade trousers. Very popular to find these sort of things in job lots. Always find these in job lots. Sadly, they're probably worth nothing, but some people do like these. Some people do collect them. There you go, balaclava as well. These are quite cool. So next up, we got this overall here. It's the field training overall. It appears to have a bit of a hole in it here, and the badge is missing. But the zip's still very good. It just needs a good clean and a nice stitch. Bit frayed, but overall quite good. I'll see if I can clean that up, and somebody would want it. Next we have the trousers for the early sailor, the first action sailor. So this would have been one of the first figures ever released. It looks like it's had a repair over the years. Trousers are quite cool, got these kind of like flares going on. And I believe we have the shirt to go along with it. We do indeed. Now that shirt is quite nice. All his buttons seem to be in place. I have a bit of a stitch issue going on here. Yeah, a bit of stitching and fraying here. But the buttons will go together well. That's quite nice. That'll go with that set quite well. That'll be for sale at the next toy fair. Special Operations Kit. These are probably the most popular you know, like pocket money sort of toys back in the 70s and 80s. They all seem to be a bit ragged up, a bit messed up, because they've always been loved and played with. You stuff all your figures and bits and bobs in there. So that's pretty cool. SLR rifle, nice to see one with its barrel not snapped off and also with its original strap. Standard with any special operations kit, you get the sleeping bag. But in the most popular items to find in job lots. What else we got in here? So some more standard weapons toys. Pretty simple, which was nice. I think every special operations kit came with your canteen set and your British Tommy helmet. The problem about these things are that the elastic gets stretched quite badly. But that's not bad. You also get a little camp stove. Then you got the Morse code kind of radio operating set. Comes with the headphones. Does this come with a little Morse code machine? There's something in there. Feels like it's just there. There you go. So that was the bit where your action man could tap along. It's a bit dusty, but overall he's quite nice. Usually these things are properly mangled, but it all seems there. Good to see. Typical water canteen. Oh, radio set. Now, as always, these are always, I find them all to be pulled up, ripped, torn. I don't know if this one is torn or not, or if it's the buckle just come a bit loose. It's got basically the handheld bit, but this bit seems to be broken, but doesn't look too bad. I think I can fix that somehow. And inside you have a little telephone radio set. Very popular, this set. This one I think was around in the 60s. I think it appeared on some small cards and quartermass cards, that sort of thing as well. What else have we got here? The this goes on the front of the motorbike, I believe. Still has its action. Don't know if that's been snapped. Oh, yeah, I think it's snapped there. But overall, still cool. People use that for restorations. What else we got? Typical bit. So this is the bit of the talking bit of the back of the radar radio. Here's the most popular thing you find in job lots, a flare gun. Used the British Tank Command, I believe. So we have a broken rifle. This is quite nice. Some of these ones are like very desirable. I'm not sure which one's which. Get a bit confused when it comes to those. So there's the bottom bit, the microphone bit. So this one's been snapped off, but it should be able to go back on actually. Bit of a love and TLC, that should go back on there. Giving you the complete headset for the talking field commander and radio set. That there for now. This is your typical flamethrower set. The straps have been snapped. It's missing the rest of it so far, so I think that's probably not going to be quite hard to find. Parts of got some belts here, some nice belts. Always good to get the belts, especially the green one. I think the green one's the early, might be the early Talking Commander one, I think. And this is for the Red Devil backpack parachute. So what else do we have? We have a grenade, small brown boot, one large boot. Brown boots are quite hard to find actually. I find occasionally you get a few in a job lot, but yeah, people still pay good money for these because they're quite hard to find, especially if you collect early 60s stuff. Another belt. Fortunately, a BlackBerry missing its badge. I think that belt has a very kind of like tanned, thin colour to it. I think it might go with a specific set. I'll find out later on. So here we go, now we have parts of the radio pack. So we've actually got a spoon, and then the radio set itself. These things do come apart quite relatively easily, and you're supposed to put in the back here. It's where the records go. I can't remember how to take it apart, but I'll look into it. And the records look like this. So they actually are proper records, and they have actual grooves in them, and they will actually play like a record. There's a needle in here, which when it spins around, it hits the record and it will start to play. I have a couple of these in better shape, so if I was to sell a set, I might swap them around. But there's a full set of coloured discs. I think there's yellow, green and red. So there's the green one. Oh, there's the yellow one. So I'm missing the red one. This is the this thing here always reminds me of the 12-inch Boba Fett cape. But it's not. It actually goes on the front of this thing here. So it should go a bit like this. So it covers the radio set. It'll tie up at the top. Cool. So let's have a look at the figure himself. So he's not a talker, which I don't know why, but he's missing. He's got a bit of hair loss at the front, which you can see, which is a bit annoying. A lot of this stuff is never described in when you buy the lots, so you always kind of taking a bit of a guess. But he's all right. His hands are gone. He's wearing the basic jumper and stuff. I'll probably have to swap him around with somebody else. But yeah. Unfortunately, he's not in the best condition. But we can work with him. What else do we have? We have a scarf. Finding these scarves can sometimes be a bit tricky because certain scarves are for certain sets. What else do we have? The reserve sheet for a parachute, I think that's what it's called. a woody hat. Looks like he made by somebody's nan or mum. Ah, this is cool. This is the training outfit. This is the walkie-talkie. These are quite tricky to find because usually the antennas split or sort of snap off. And also, as usual, this one, it's missing its chrome at the top. You should have quite a chromey look to it. But this is quite nice. This is something I needed for a while. I've got another one in my collection, but it's not as good as this one. So that's always good to find that. The holster for the gun. Another strap. These straps you find quite a lot in collections. This is the part of the canteen set. What else is in there? So we got his Field Commander cap. And then, which is quite cool, we got kind of Space Rangers pieces. Now, these are you know, more late 70s, early 80s. So what they're doing in this job lot's a bit weird. But never actually know Space Ranger stuff. Space Ranger stuff at the moment is unbelievable how much it's going for. You can tell they pretty much copied the helmet for $6 Million Man to the point where you still have the hole in the back for his head, which I think is so silly. And then you have some boots. Typical. Unfortunately, the box doesn't come with the original insert, which is annoying, because that would have been a lovely set to add all together. Now, there's some more stuff to come. So first, next off is some every Action Man's favourite friend, Brutus the dog. This was probably the very first Action Man, vintage Action Man thing I actually got. Actually, I had one of these back in the 90s before I even had a vintage Action Man. He's pretty cool. Comes with his collar. I've never seen the chain that comes with it. I don't think it was ever released with a chain, which is a bit of a shame, really. I think the 40th anniversary one put the chain in. Now we have a 1960s painted head. I believe he's a brown head, not the black, yeah, figure. He appears okay. His wrist has a bit of a situation going on. If that part of the arm's fine and the thing's broke there, I can replace that. But I'm not sure if I got one of those arms. The other arm looks okay. The question is, does he still stand? Yeah, he does within reason. So he is quite good. His head's got a few scratches on it. You need to give him a bit of a clean, but overall he's alright actually. I always love painted head figures, they're always the best. Next up we have a fuzz head figure, which is like he's in a mixed mash of pieces. His hair is actually really nice. I've been wanting one of these from this period for a while. I've got loads in my collection, but finding this era with actually good hair is near impossible. Hands are mangled, that's normal, I can fix that. But usually the hair is absolutely appalling. But he's really nice. He's not a talker and he's not wearing any dog tags or anything like that. His trousers look like it come off a small card. But yeah, he's alright. I'll do something with him. Next up we have a Australian Jungle Fire. This is one of these soldiers of the Century sets. He's wearing with a mixed mash of uniform. So he's got the correct jacket and the correct shorts. It looks like he's got the correct socks, but he's missing his shoes. His shoes should be that small, that style. The boots are just too big for him. He's also missing a little kit. There's nothing else to go with him. He's missing a belt and other bits and bobs, and he's a bit dirty, but he seems okay. He seems really stiff, to be honest. I'll need to spend some time cleaning him up. Hopefully get him into a much better state. But he probably will look quite good. I might sell him if I can. I might find all the pieces I can get for him and fix him up and clean him and then sell him as a lot. Cool, and last but not least, well, one more before we go. We have the Red Devil helmet, really popular. But we also have what appears to be a blue pants Eagle Eyes figure. Now, here's his head. His eagle eyes are quite stiff and his eyes are all over the place, but he looks okay. He's got an annoying bit of hair missing there, and hair needs a bit of a clean. But if I remember rightly, I think this might be the Internationals version of the Space Ranger, which came out on an Internationals card. So, in theory, I'm going to check him out later on, make sure this helmet is correct. But we should have a complete Internationals figure. One of the most easiest ones to get is just an overall, a pair of boots and a helmet, I believe. And that completes him. I will check him out and I'll make sure if he's correct. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Sorry if I rambled on for a bit too long. I don't get many job lots like I used to in the old days. I used to get a couple, but at least once a month, one a month, this sort of size, maybe more. But it's getting really, really hard nowadays to get stuff. So thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate it as always. Please give this a thumbs up if you like this, and hopefully I can do more videos in the future. Thanks a lot and happy hunting.